What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome back to another episode of The Gist of It. I hope this one finds you well, and today we are going to be talking about Burnout Paradise, a classic game that is going to be getting the remaster treatment coming out on March the 16th for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and eventually on the PC, though at a later date. Now, this new version of the game on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One is going to support 1080p natively, and then on the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X, we're talking 4K, but the big thing here is that all versions of the game are running at 60 frames per second. That would have been a huge downgrade for me in terms of what the upgrade was actually capable of if it had been locked at 4K 30 frames per second, so it's nice to see that they've kind of worked around some maybe technical limitations and whatnot and made 4K 60 a thing to go by. That is going to be just gorgeous, just straight up gorgeous. As I mentioned, there is going to be a PC version of the game coming out at a later date. I would suspect around the middle of April if I just had to guess, maybe sooner, maybe a bit later, but somewhere around the middle of April sounds about right. But it is going to be distributed via Origin, so no Steam accounts or anything along those lines, which is sort of unfortunate because I kind of like to group everything together as much as I can. But with that being said, coming to PC, can't really complain. Still going to look absolutely beautiful on top of that. Noticeably absent a Nintendo Switch version of the game. I suppose that just wasn't in the cards for this remaster, but it sure would have been nice, especially for a game like this that lends itself to that kind of mobile style of play, or just chilling out, kind of, racing around a city. Just doesn't make sense why you wouldn't do it on the Switch, but who knows, it might come out later if fans, want it badly enough. So that's pretty much the main part of the news that we've got here today, is the fact that there's a Burnout Paradise remaster coming to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One on March the 19th, and to the PC at a later date. But I did want to kind of discuss a concept with you guys that I've been thinking about ever since this release announcement was first announced, and that is the idea of a remaster holding back a franchise from really hitting its full stride and experiencing new things and pushing the envelope and really trying to innovate what the franchise has going on. And I feel like Burnout is the perfect example of a franchise that could actually benefit from a little bit of innovation. It could in fact compete directly with games like, say, Need for Speed at this point, as it did back in the day. At the time of making this video, the last main Burnout game that came out was Burnout Crash, that came out back in 2011, and that really wasn't a real Burnout game. It was a top-down racer. It was kind of strange. So the last real Burnout game, if you catch my drift, is actually Burnout Paradise itself. So that's been 10 years. I mean, 10 years is a long time. That's plenty of time for fan interest in Paradise to kind of die down, for fan interest in a brand new version of the game to build up, and also plenty of time for a developer to put a lot of money and a lot of time into making a new version of the game. And I feel like a Burnout would be perfect for 2018 whenever you have games like Need for Speed Payback, whenever you have games like The Crew and The Crew 2, whenever you have games like Drive Club. There is plenty of competition that could be stomped by a quality version of Burnout coming out this year. Burnout Paradise coming out in 2018 is fantastic because, number one, I want to play it. I mean, it sounds great to be able to play this on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. That's just super exciting for me. I'm definitely going to be picking this one up on day one. Mark my words, I'm going to be streaming it on twitch.tv/thesamueladams. I'm super pumped about this. But on top of that, a new generation of gamers that may not have had that chance to experience Burnout Paradise back in 2008 now has that chance in glorious 1080 or 4K at 60 frames per second, so that's all well and good, but I can't help but hope, with the release of Burnout Paradise on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, and eventually a new version on the PC, that there is some new kind of Burnout game in development that is going to rise to the top and bring the name back to glory, because this is one of my favorite franchises of all time, especially as far as racing games go, and I wanted to succeed, and I wanted to see it back in the limelight, and I have hopes that that'll happen. So there you guys have it. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Gist of It. If you did, drop me a like down below, and in the comments section, let me know what you think about Burnout Paradise being remastered on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Will you be getting it? Will you not? Did you play it back in the day? Hit me up in the comment section down below, and if you do happen to be new to the channel, I do upload new stuff throughout the week, so there's always something new right here when you do stop by to watch some videos. But as for right now, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video. I will talk to you soon. Peace.